We continue to follow this just devastating scene in Texas this noon. Another round of storms brought major flooding, and today crews are still scrambling to rescue those left stranded by that high water. 3 people have died and at least 12 people are missing. CNN's Polo Sandoval is live in Wimberley, Texas, with the rescue efforts and recovery efforts now underway this noon. Polo?
Hey, Jimmy, good afternoon. I can tell you that police actually allowed us just behind some of the barricades at a safe distance, obviously, so we can be able to show you exactly what the devastation looks like. I want you to walk with me down River Street here in Wimberley, and you can really gain a better picture of what the damage is like. You just see not only the damage home back there, but also just trees toppled over. Many of them were actually carried away just a couple of days ago, so it really does give you a better idea of how much cleanup is ahead for the people in this small part of Texas. And then off in the distance, you're able to make out the Blanco River. Take a closer look. You can see the currents are still strong at this hour.
After days of pouring rain, forecasters say the storms that claimed several lives in Texas and Oklahoma will continue for the next few days. With the ground completely saturated, more flash flooding is likely. This morning, the Houston area is also feeling the brunt of the storm with heavy flooding.
The rivers that run through Houston, and that's one of our defining features, are all at capacity, and several of them are at full flood.
Texas Governor Greg Abbott saw the devastation firsthand on Monday.
Even though we have been to the point we are now, the challenges are not over yet. There's going to be more rain to come. This is a huge challenge going on across the entire state.
One of the hardest hit areas is Hays County, where members of 2 families remain missing. Officials say they gathered in a vacation home for the long holiday weekend. That home just washed away in the floods. They had as many as 400 homes suffered the same fate.
She was a good person.
High school senior Alyssa Ramirez was among those who lost their lives in the flood. She was driving home from their senior prom when floodwaters swept away her car.
She did the right things, you know, she called 911, she called her father, but it was just too much and too quick.
At least 4 of the deaths were in Oklahoma, where flooding has prompted dozens of evacuations and rescues.
And back out live to really the bank of the Blanco. You just saw utility crews are back out. They are trying to get service restored for so many people here. And Jimmy, one thing I should mention here, we're seeing something that is fairly new here the last several days, and that's the sunlight. It's a good sign. It's allowing now crews, at least it's a sign that the weather could be letting up for at least an extended period of time, just enough time for folks to head back out here, continue those search and recovery efforts. Last thing I should mention on those numbers, we do know there are at least 12 people still missing in Hays County, and I spoke to a supervisor with state police just a few moments ago, and they did say that there could potentially be at least another 6 to 9 individuals in neighboring Blanco County. So still a very fluid situation here, and of course the currents still flowing here.